Coach Rick. So it's now dark. I can't show you. It's only 5 o'clock. It's like it's midnight. So what I wanted to tell you was, number one, stay safe. We've got 3.5 months of kind of darkness, and I'm sure there's going to be surges every month. So even with the vaccine coming out, you don't expect anything fast. The objective for making it through the next 3.5 to 4 months, and you guys that are well built in Alaska or Canada, you are used to shutdown at night, getting through and not having it disrupt your day or your night or your sleep or your energy. But number one, we're used to it too in Chicago, but also throwing in a little bit of spice of isolation and limited contact physically, it does make it a bit of a great formula for depression. So those of you who don't have a regular schedule, 3 to 4 months, my suggestion is you take it in blocks of 3 weeks at a time. That way you can see the end point. But I usually will try to grab 3-week blocks of something like pull-ups. I mentioned to one of my patients, I just wanted her to do 15 minutes of Jack LaLanne exercises 3 days a week and then a little bit of lifting on Saturday or Sunday. And I don't think she knew what Jack LaLanne was. So what I talk about is, as far as these 15 minutes, I don't care what you do. I mean, it can be squats, wall squats, just up and down the wall. A nice slippery shirt and the place of the wall slippery. Maybe push-ups. Pull-up bar, I got this. I forget where I got this, but I bought like 3 pull-up bars from Goodwill, and there's a lot of people there. So, or even, you can do jumping jacks, core, sit-ups, crunches. There's a lot of different things. But bottom line is that if you can time that 15-minute block for a certain time of the day, and if you don't have to go all out 15 minutes of hell, and that's why I'm playing my music. Even if I'm a little bit depressed, a little bit sad, I can't see the sun, and my schedule's screwed up because I quit my job in September. So I'm still adjusting, so everything's messed up. And then I'm coming off of COVID. I can't blame anything on COVID, I have to blame everything on the other variables that happened in my life. But I'm resetting the schedule. So at least, even if my eyes don't see sun, if I can at least wake up at a certain time by the clock, work out at a certain time by the clock, feed my face at a certain time by the clock, and then close up the day, finish up stuff by the clock instead of by the light, I think that you'll keep a little bit of a regimented schedule. That includes showering, pooping, brushing teeth. So all those things can be also part of your circadian rhythm. So the usual big stimulus is to have the eyes see the sun, and that stimulates a little bit of one nerve to the next nerve to the next nerve to tell you it's 7 a.m. or it's going to be 7 p.m. But since the days are shorter and all this other stuff is going on, I'd say try to reinforce it with the other clock. There's another circadian clock, and it's right here, the belly. So if the belly is fed, I usually eat at 12 noon, and then again at like 4 or 5, like right now. And maybe a tiny bit of a snack before I sleep. High carbohydrate, healthy. That's it. At least my gut knows when to secrete acid, when to stop eating. So that, in addition to a bit of tea, I have like 10 cups of tea in the morning, all green. And yeah, that's a lot, but I use the same tea leaves, so I brew it over and over and over again. So you'll still get, you'll probably lose the caffeine with the first cup, but as you continue to brew and brew and brew over and over again, you still get some of the EGCGs, phenols, so there's a lot of great things that come out of that tea leaf. So that starts my day, then the meals, and then my activities. So I wake up at 5, no matter how dark or how light it is. I try to take a shower about 8:30ish and wind down. So if I can't wind down, then a tiny bit of vaping might help a little bit, as long as it doesn't screw up my day. I think it's fair. And for those of you, if this is not meant to be medical advice or a substitute for it, so please take this information to your doctor. Here's my disclaimer. And if you don't have a doctor that agrees or just says no flat out, get yourself a new doctor. Or tell the doctor to do some homework. So, or you can come see me, www.herbal411. So, I'm finished my 15 minutes of workout. I'm going to go upstairs to let everybody kind of wind down the day. I usually work out in when there was no COVID, morning for sure. Since COVID and since my schedule with work is off, I'll do it in about the evening, so 5-ish to 6-ish, 50 minutes. I just mess around with a couple other things while I'm down here. So you don't have to spend a lot of money. I made this power rack, got that thing, I forget where I got it. I did buy the Olympic bar and a few plates online. The rest of it's all cheap. Keep it cheap. You don't have to buy anything expensive. I mean, you don't even need a belt. I did a video on a belt, so keep it cheap. I've done exercises with Encyclopedia Britannica books rubber banded together or tied together. I think the S's and the R's in the Encyclopedia Britannica were the thickest, so it gave me like 8 to 10 pounds. So you can do it with anything. A gallon of milk, 2 gallons of milk, a 5-gallon milk. So you can do all that stuff. You don't need it. If you have this stuff, it's kind of nice because you can be more advanced with your options. So just get active. Certain time of day, don't burn yourself out. Go 3-week blocks at a time. Make it till March and we'll be fine. Honestly, the stuff we're going to do to keep on with the circadian rhythm and maybe lose a little bit of weight will be the same things that keep you out of harm from COVID. Or if you are one of the unlucky ones to get COVID like me, you'll blast through it in 4 days with no sequela. Bottom line is, whether it's heart disease in 10 to 20 years, COVID this year and next year, or just going crazy and having some major depression, you need to change a couple things, and the best way to do it at this point in time would be using your watch, your calendar, more so than using your eyes. Now, if it's sunny outside, don't forget, go outside a little bit. I use a light box in the morning just to spring on daytime. So I have a whole bunch of different videos. I'll put them down below. Stay safe. I'll see you in the next video.